There are many different types of shifts and exercises for the string instruments. For example, we have single finger shifts, going from higher finger to lower finger or lower finger to higher finger. We got delayed shifts, finger substitutions, classical slides, romantic slides, whatever you want to call them. And unless you have tons of time or you have a day dedicated to practicing all of these different types, chances are that during most of your warm-up sessions, you only really have time for one or maybe two shifting exercises. Hey, it's Ina Langerman from Violinna.live, and in this video I'm going to share with you one of the most effective shifting warm-up exercises that will get your fingers reacquainted with the fingerboard for the start of the day. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video because I'm also going to share an advanced version of this exercise along with some tips. The concept is pretty simple because these are all single finger shifts, so you're always using the same finger, whichever you start with. And the idea is to pick a note and go up by chromatically increasing intervals. So, for example, I will choose the note B on the A string with my first finger. And we're going to start with the smallest interval, so we'll start with a minor second. So we went to a C natural. Then we'll do a major second going up to a C sharp and back to B. Notice that I'm always going back to my starting note. So then we continue. Keep going. So after I get to an octave, and you can go beyond it if you want, usually here I start going back the exact same way, starting with a minor second. So from B, going down to B flat, then major second, and so on. And get back down to the low B. So then you can do the same exercise on the other fingers. And so on. Then you can do third finger. And so on. Then you can do fourth finger. Take your time. Okay. I like to do all four fingers because especially when I get up to the third finger, it's going to give me a really good sense of the hand frame, especially when I get to the high positions. Now, as a bonus for all the advanced players, you can try the same exercise in octaves as an extra challenge. So we can try it, for example, on the D and the A string, starting with the E octave, minor second, major second, and then going back. This is a very difficult one. I'm still working on it. By the way, if you're getting any value from this video so far, give me a quick thumbs up. So now, just 3 quick tips to help you with practicing these exercises. You can do any version of it that you wish. You can start on any note that you want. You can go up beyond the octave if you want, or you can go up just a perfect fifth if that's more comfortable for you for now, depending on where you are. So tip number 1, it's probably the most important one. So if you get anything out of this exercise, it's this. It's pretty straightforward. It might seem obvious, but it's something that we can take for granted, and it's a great reminder to have. Here, before you play, it's very important that you imagine the pitch that you are about to play in your mind before you actually play it. So for example, if I'm going to the note G, if I'm going from E to G, I sing the note G. Okay, or if I'm going up from G to B, B. Okay, so doing that is very important because it trains your ear simultaneously with the muscle memory of your hand frame as you go up the positions. Now, if it's tricky for you to really hear every single interval like this, what we're going to do instead is we're going to practice singing the intervals. So I'm going to sing starting from B, minor second, major second, minor third, major third. You see what I'm doing? Perfect fourth, tritone. Okay, so now I'll put the instrument down and I'll just sing through all of them. Minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect fourth, tritone, perfect fifth, minor six, major six, minor seven, major seven, octave, and going down. Minor second, minor third, perfect fourth, tritone, perfect fifth, minor six, minor seven, major seven, octave. I'm not a trained singer, obviously, but that's the idea. You don't have to sing it out loud like this, but you have to at least imagine the different intervals before you shift. And this is also going to be helpful whenever you're practicing tricky shifts in your repertoire. So now tip number 2 is before you start any of these exercises, just quickly check your posture, how you're holding the instrument, and check your left arm that you have enough clearance to get around the instrument, especially for those larger intervals. So for example, before I start, I'm actually thinking about that octave shift first. I want to make sure I will be able to get there so that I'm not starting like this, for example, and then I hit this wall right here. I don't do that. So when I start this exercise, my arm is already optimized for the high positions. So even when I do the small ones, I'll be able to have that path. And now tip number 3, it's to play everything with a smooth bow and even sound, because our hands, they like to work together. That's how our bodies are built. Of course, on string instruments, they're doing completely different things, but they're still going to try to copy each other, especially when it comes to things like tension or playing relaxed, playing with a beautiful sound. Chances are that if your right arm gets tense, your left hand will also get tense, and it's going to be very difficult to shift. So I encourage you to always practice these exercises with a really big open sound. And pay attention to having the arm really open, the motion coming from your shoulder blade, because once you feel open in your right arm, most likely your left hand's going to be more relaxed and the shifting is going to feel easier and you will be more consistently in tune. Now, if you want some tips on playing in high positions more comfortably, check out this tutorial right over here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a friend or a colleague. Sign up for my bi-monthly newsletter, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and happy practicing!